Hello everybody. I hope you're well. Apologies for the slight 4-minute delay. My goodness, I have been left by that delightful other half of mine who left me with all the tech, and of course the tech went wrong because he wasn't here. So he's going to blame it on user error, but quite frankly, it's not my fault. It's just something dodgy going on with the connection. So I'm just going to log on my Mac so I can see you guys and see if I'm streaming. I hope you're all okay this week. It's been a busy old week for us. Get rid of that. Okay. Hello, Becky. Why are you not? You're on the other stream as well. Hope you're okay, Becky. I can't actually see my video. Am I there? There I am. Lovely. Okay, so I can see. Click into that. See if I can get comments up. Mute me so you don't all hear me. And Becky's waiting, lovely. So yes, I'm a few minutes late because Alan left me with the computer. We've started doing a new system, and whatever connection isn't connected, and he's at a Naomi House hospice ball tonight, so he is off to a charity event and has left me. So I apologise that it's not as slick as usual, but you have me, I'm afraid, all by myself. So how is everybody? Tell me how you are, what your week's been like, what you've been doing, how your wedding plans are going. I can't wait to hear all about it from you, ladies and gentlemen. It's been an exciting week for us. I don't know if we talked about it enough, but Alan and I were at the Hampshire Wedding Supplier Awards on Saturday and we won! We were absolutely chuffed to nuts about that. We were so happy. It was a really good night. It was at the Aegeus Bowl, the old Rose Bowl in Southampton. It was a black tie event. I got my sparkle on. Alan got his sparkle on, a little bit more so than I would have liked, but he got his sparkle on. And we had a jolly old good time with a great table of suppliers as well. And it was a really nice night. And we came home with a little bit of glassware, which is never a bad thing. And we're really chuffed that we ended the year with a massive old bang. And we're really happy. So tell me, who else is on? I can see someone else is on, but you're not waving at me. If you're there, you can see, give us a little wave or a thumbs up so we can see you're there. What else have we got to say this week? So the other thing we're going to mention is that Alan put a poll in the group today. Ask an Expert is going to be temporarily on hold, temporarily, I must stress, on hold for the Christmas period from the 1st of December through to the first week in January. We are taking a break. Becky says, so blue and proud. Yeah, we are proud of us too. We worked hard for it, and we would have been happy had we just become finalists, but it's even better that we won, so we were chuffed, absolutely chuffed. So yes, we are taking a very short interlude. Nothing will show well, just the fact that every year without fail we take December off to spend with the kids, to do Christmas stuff, to go to Christmas markets, to go and drink a lot of Glühwein, and quite frankly we may well be out and we may not get here for 8 o'clock, and we wouldn't want to disappoint and we wouldn't want to do it half-heartedly, so we are taking a sabbatical for a few weeks, and we may well do some other videos throughout the time that aren't necessarily Ask an Expert specific. However, Alan has put a poll in the group today to say, whilst we're off, hello Lindsay, hope you're well, if you could possibly let us know what you're thinking about Ask an Expert. Do you find it useful? If you do, fantastic, that's really good to know, but also what we could do to improve it for 2019, what other things you want to hear from. Are you fed up of hearing our voices? Do you want to hear anyone else's voices? Do you want to hear some more how-to-y type stuff? Let us know in the comments, either in this thread or on the poll, and we would love to hear from you because we are here for you guys. You're the reason we're here. We do it because we absolutely love outdoor weddings and what we do, and talking to you all. You're all fabulous people, and we just want to make sure that this group is serving you guys. We are very much aware at the moment as well, Facebook is being a little bit of a nightmare, and a lot of you aren't seeing most of the posts. We talked about the planning sessions to someone the other day, and it was the first time they'd heard about the planning sessions, literally, and they've been in this group for 7 months nearly. That was the first time they'd seen it. I was in a group today actually. I was talking to someone about a bit of technology stuff, about video, and I clicked out of that post to go and do a bit of research to click back into the post, and it had just disappeared into the internet. We didn't know where it was, and it took someone else to tag me in it later on to even show me it was there on Facebook. So I am very aware that a lot of the time these posts are getting to you, and the only reason we do these on a Wednesday is to really help you and get your questions. So if you are here today and you are watching and you do have a wedding question, please do make sure you type it out today, because I'm here for you and I really want to help you with any aspect of your wedding planning if you want. Right, someone else has just joined. This is excellent. Maybe you're all joining because Alan's not here. I feel a little bit weird when he's not here, you know, when it's like, not Chuckle Brothers because that's no longer available, or even Antoinette because one's not in the jungle, but you get what I mean. You get a double act, and when one's not there, you kind of don't bounce off each other, so that's a bit sad really. Very exciting. What else have we had going on this week? So, had the wedding awards. We have also just found out that we are representing a new brand called Head Fudge, which is a lifestyle brand, and we've got a bit of a photo shoot with them on Saturday, which we're quite excited about. It also means that we might be getting some free stuff, which is never an issue. I always like a good old new jacket, so we're going to go and play in the New Forest with the kids. I'm going to be working with them. If you haven't heard of Head Fudge, do check them out. They're a really awesome, like surf-free type outdoor lifestyle brand, and we're looking forward to supporting them a little bit more as well on our other side, our Baylily side, more so than our outside bride side. Yeah, come on, who's got a question? Becky, you've been engaged for a while now. You must have a burning question when it comes to outdoor weddings. When are you getting married? Have you set a date yet, Becky? Let us know what your date is if you're getting married next year. Yeah? Are you doing it? Other things to note, as I'm going to keep babbling until someone asks me a question today, the podcast is now officially launched. Becky's written the best double act that has done the Braithwaites. Thanks! Although solo actor's just as good, right? Yes, good. So yes, the podcast is officially on iTunes. So if you are not watching on Ask an Expert today, or you're watching it on replay, or you find it easier just to hear audio, oh my goodness, audio rather than visual, you can now check out the podcast on iTunes, and it will be on a few other platforms as well soon. So you can hear us while you're driving in the car, maybe commuting, and you can get your bits and pieces then. Becky's got a question. What month is the best month to do an outdoor wedding? Right, it's Britain. Who knows when the best month is? But it's very, so Becky's also written best date, you need to pick the date. I need to pick, well, if I'm going to pick any date, the weekend of the 15th of September never rains. True story fact, never rains. That's because we got married on that weekend, and before we picked our date, we had an April date actually, and it was only because Alan's brother was coming from Australia and it didn't fit with their term times and stuff that we moved it to September. But we picked our September date based on hard actual evidence of the weather forecast for the 7 years previous to our wedding day, and the weekend of the 15th didn't rain. It rained the week up to it. It was bright blue summer day, and the day after it was a bit miserable, but the actual day was the brilliant one. Now, we've proven since then, and we got married in 2012, that it's still never rained on our weekend of our wedding. So if you're picking any date, it'll be a good bet, because you get the end of the summer. It's always when the kids have gone back to school, when it's all a bit more relaxed. The kids go back to school, and we have a little bit more of a couple of weeks of lovely kind of not quite autumn. So that's always a good one. I would say August bank holiday. I wouldn't risk it ever. It's a lovely weekend, and if you've chosen that weekend, fantastic, well done. But you do tend to get a lot of wet weather in August bank holiday for whatever reason, as you do on the first weekend in May. I don't know why it is. Maybe it's just the cycles of life and everything getting in the way. Every month has its benefits. I particularly love April outdoor weddings. I think they're really lovely. I love spring. But sorry, Dawn's just agreed. I was going to suggest September normally after the kids go back to school. It's, for whatever reason, they know it. You have a rubbish couple of weeks with the school kids at the end of the holiday. You're tearing your hair out. You want them to go back to school, and as soon as they go back to school, the sun comes out. It's just the way it goes. But no, April, I love April for weddings. You do kind of have a bit of hit and miss with some of the rain, but you get the lovely springtime feel, a little bit cooler than in the middle of the summer, and you get some amazing shots, but you have to be aware that in the evenings you do drop the temperature. June, July, August, you're always on till winter, and you get the longer evenings. Obviously, as you're going towards June, you get the longer evenings, It's slightly warmer in the evenings as well. You get that kind of really nice balmy kind of feel. But I would definitely say, if you had to pick any date, September's always amazing. August is always a bit hit and miss. April's beautiful. May, June, July is never a problem. Right, what else we've got? Hi Will, hope you're well to say it today. Oh, the other thing we're going to say, it is obviously Black Friday next week. So we will be doing a little bit of a week's worth of promotion for Black Friday. Stay tuned. Every day we will be feeding you a little bit more information about what we're going to be offering. But stay tuned. If you are planning your wedding for next year or 2020 or even 2021, you're not going to want to miss it. Becky has ordered, if it did rain, can we still go ahead? Welly boots and brollies. Excellent question. We talk about this quite a lot. Any weather in the UK is temperamental. If you're getting married in the UK, you do need to think of the worst case scenario, which is always going to be rain or even snow. We've had snow at stupid times of the year. Look at the beautiful Nice this year. Providing you get a wet weather plan in place, you should be absolutely fine. Things are transportable, things can be moved, things can be put in place. Like if you're having a solely outside wedding with no marquees or indoor space or anything like that, you know, thinking about what you can do to mitigate against that. So yes, for example, welly boots and brollies are amazing. If you're having that kind of festival kind of feel, they fit in really well anyway, and you can make them part of a feature of your decor. If you don't use them, you could put them along the side, brightly coloured wellies. You could use them as, put your flowers and your bouquets into as bouquet stands. Brollies make amazing photographs. Actually, photographers love brollies and that kind of stuff. Anything that's a prop looks amazing. I've always said that my favourite ever wedding that I've ever watched, excuse me, that's you and your thread, Becky. My favourite photograph I've ever seen from an outdoor wedding, it made the national news actually. It was a teepee wedding attached to, excuse me, it was a gardens, it was an orangery next to it, but the teepees were in the garden, and they had halfway through the ceremony flash rain, like literally flash floods, and it bucketed it down to the point where everyone had to pick up everything up and run indoors with it. But the water was like that much that the coir matting that was underneath the teepee was literally just bobbing up and down, and the amount of water that came down in that short space of time was just phenomenal. But the bride and groom didn't let that stress them out. They went out with their photographer, put their wellies on, jumped up and down in the puddles, and the photographer got the most amazing shots ever. They were so good. And it's like, embrace it. It's not, you can't change it. You can put everything in place that you want to put it, and you can have a Pinterest image in your head of a lovely balmy summer's evening with everyone rolling out onto the grass. But if you can't get that, don't worry about it. Just make the most of it. So yeah, think about what you're putting outside, and if the weather does change, how you can spin it around really quickly. So making sure you've got enough people on hand who know your wet weather plan. So Becca's just written, we've gone for wellies and brollies if it rains. Yeah, perfect. Having enough people on your wet weather plans, they know that as soon as something turns, someone gives you the nod and everyone knows where they've got to go, what stations they've got to go. That's always good. Making sure that, yes, things like if you're having a ceremony outside, making sure your brollies and your everything like that is ready, because ultimately people are just there to listen to the words being spoken by you. They can wait 15 minutes in the rain with an umbrella. That's not really an issue at all. And just make it a bit of fun, and it really will be a story you talk about afterwards. You know, everyone will remember a lovely, beautiful summer's evening, but everyone would definitely remember the time they all got wet with an umbrella in their hand. Standard. Right, that's an awesome question. Thank you very much, Becky. Good evening, Hannah. Hope you're well. Hannah put a lovely real wedding out yesterday. If you haven't seen it on the blog, do check it out. That was a lovely marquee wedding as well, and it was very simply done and a really nice little bit of inspiration. So if you haven't checked that out, do check that out too. Right, anyone else got any more questions for me this evening? I'm going to keep it nice and short and sweet because I feel a little bit naked without the Hawaiian shirted man. Like I say, he's lording it up at a black tie benefit ball this evening, having a great old time, and has left me with the kids. And luckily, hi Hannah, luckily they've all stayed asleep for this little momentous occasion. What else have I got to say this week? I feel like I've missed something major out, and I don't think I have. So I've talked about the awards, which are wonderful. We've talked about Black Friday. We've talked about, what else? Oh, Saturday and our trip to Headfudge for a photo shoot. Talked about wet weather. And we've talked about coming up for Christmas and the fact that we're going to be shelving temporarily Ask an Expert from the 1st of December through to I think the 7th of January. We will be showing our faces, but please do make sure that you put in the comments below anything you want to see from us in the new year, anything we can tweak, anything you're not seeing and you want to see. Please do let us know, because we really are here for you and we want to make the changes to make sure this is a beneficial group to you. As always, especially if you're new to this group and you're watching this for the first time, Ask an Expert is a dedicated slot every single Wednesday to answer your questions, big or small, be it how many hay bales to hire for my outdoor ceremony, to how to lay out my marquee, what to do about cars, what size generator I need, anything like that. If you've anything big or small, even like it comes up so regularly, what to do with bins, where do you put bins? That's such a frequent question for us. Anything big or small, pop it down in either beforehand or during this, and we will aim to answer as many as we can throughout. Yes, and this is just a bridal group, brides and grooms group. Becca says more shirts. No, Becca, no more shirts. Literally, the cupboard upstairs is getting out of control. There is none of my stuff in this cupboard. It is all literally Alan's Hawaiian shirts, to the point we have another one of our photo shoots coming up at the end of the month with our photographer for our branding, and we have purchased him a special Christmas shirt that I can't wait to share with you. But literally, I'm like, he cannot own any more shirts. He owns more shirts than I do any items of clothing in that cupboard at all. It's ridiculous. But I digress. My point is, what was I going to say? Yes, this is a brides and grooms group for people getting married. Suppliers are in this group, but they are literally here to advise and help you as you want it. So feel free to really utilise people in this group. We've got some previous brides who've been here who don't want to leave, and we love the fact that you stay here because you make us smile every day. We get our real wedding inspiration, our style shoot inspiration, and our how-to guides, and we really want to tailor this to stuff you want to see. So we're going to take this sabbatical to give you a really good chance to think about what you want, maybe look at the website, look at the planning sessions we've got going on in case that's of interest to any of you as well. And really, 2019, we're coming at you with a massive bang, and we can't wait to see you there too. We've got a couple more weeks until we leave for the winter anyway, but on that note, I am going to go this evening and drink, oh no, what have I got to drink? I'm not even drinking gin this evening. I'm drinking a half-assed Bayley's. It doesn't cut the mustard, ladies and gentlemen, it really doesn't. But the problem is, it's a dry house for gin. It's a really, really sad time. We are literally dry, completely out of gin. We've got maybe like a tiny little taster bottle of something else that I don't really want to taste. It's chocolate flavoured gin, and that should never happen. Ever happen. So if anyone wants to get me a Christmas present, or an early Christmas present, or maybe a Black Friday present, please feel free to I'll put my address in a message to you all. Feel free to send me gin, because this is a sad house right now. I don't even like Baileys that much, but because it's Ask an Expert and we always have a drink in hand, I thought I should pour myself something, and this was the first thing I came up to, and it's quite nasty. On that note, ladies and gents, have a lovely evening. Also, Becca has written, Becca, I love the shirts too. Little man is taking after his daddy too. Yes, yes. Benjamin and Joseph are literally mini-me's of Alan. God help whoever they marry when they are adults, because they are literally going to be Alan Mark 2 and 3. Alright, ladies and gents, see you later. Have a lovely evening, and I'll speak to you really soon. Bye.